Welcome back into another AD update. I'm Andrew Galata, along with Fordham Athletic Director Ed Cole. Ed, how you doing?
Good, Andrew. Great to be with you.
Yeah, it's awesome to be with you here right outside the historic Rose Hill Gym. And I want to start off with a team that plays in the Rose Hill Gym, being the men's basketball team, which 9-9, but they've been playing just with extraordinary effort. You see this culture starting to change. What can you see, from your point of view as this team continues to grow and get better?
I appreciate you saying that. I think obviously a new staff, really a whole new roster of 10 new players. Expectations kind of all over the place for folks, right? Obviously, it's been a lot of years of struggle in terms of the program's history in the A10. I've really been pleased and very, very happy with the progress and the development of these young men, their chemistry, how hard they play. Obviously, great start to the conference play at 2-0, first time in 26 years. We've been 2-0 in the A10, which still kind of shocks me when you say that out loud. Unfortunately, of course, the unfortunate loss of Antonio Day, and obviously his that challenging and personal decision, he decided to leave school. And then injury at Chuba, had a little bit of a slide here the last 4 games, but I've been in every one of them. And I think the energy, the competitiveness, they're playing 10 men on that rotation. I think I'm happy with the real development of Coach Neptune himself and the preparation of his staff. I think there's a lot to be excited about in terms of the culture and environment of the future. 3 new incoming freshmen signed for next year. I think a lot of excitement of what's being built here. I appreciate everyone's patience and positivity. I think it's easy to talk about moral victories. And I think Fordham fans are tired of hearing about moral victories, so I don't want to even say that, but I do appreciate the incredible support and the momentum, because I think it's headed really in the right direction, even quicker than I ever would have imagined.
Yeah, and those four losses were against some great programs, outstanding programs, the Titans of the A10, and one player that really showed out in those games was guard Darius Quisenberry, who's one of those new players, and he won A10 Player of the Week, first Fordham player to win it since 2017 as a transfer, and for him to just show out the way he has and really pick up the slack. What does that show to him and his leadership on this team?
Yeah, I think Darius is obviously a super talented young man. Another good example of a new player, a new pickup who's developed quicker and adapted quicker than we all would have imagined. The first A10 Player of the Week we've had in 5 years of Fordham basketball, which is another one of those head scratchers for us, but shows again the development and the progress of our program. Confident young man, great leader, 36 points against Richmond, who right now is in a top 30 program or top 25 program in the nation. And even that questionable call to end that game, that could have been 3 more points to his 36, but we won't go there. But very, very pleased, obviously, with Darius, and congratulate to him on his status and his accomplishment within the conference in the A10.
For sure, and then also moving over to the women's program and their outstanding play once again, 14-5, bounced back last night after first they had a tough loss over the weekend against Dayton, but bounced back, 20-point win against St. Joe's last night as we're recording this. So one of the best starts in Stephanie Gately's tenure, and this coming with just such a hard out-of-conference schedule. What does that show to the way this team has played and the way Coach Gately has coached?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about Coach Gately's scheduling this year, and obviously the challenging schedule she's put together. I think they're top 40 net team in the country. I was at the NCAA conference in Indianapolis last week, and they have multiple bids coming out of the A10 for women, first time ever. In a long time we've had multiple bids out of the conference, and that's a lot to do to Coach Gately in terms of her scheduling, elevating our program. We continue to get better and better. Tough bump in the road at Dayton, tough place to play. Challenging environment there with their fan base for that game. Great recovery last night. Tremendous defensive effort. A lot of development of their players, and of course Anna DeWolf being really the top player, the best player in the conference. She continues to show us that and show us why. But what Coach Gately has built here in her program, nothing but confidence as we head into February and get ready for conference play. Tournament play, excuse me.
Yeah, and as this team winds down their conference schedule, it's hard to believe halfway through their conference schedule. What are you most excited about then, the rest of conference play, and then also going into the A10 tournament?
Yeah, I think we all know Coach Gately teams only get better as the season goes on, and that tough non-conference schedule continues to pay dividends. I think we'll see that in February. Excited to get some fans back in the Rose Hill building here. Hopefully for January 31, February 1, we can have some fans back here next week. I think that'd be helpful for her and her program. But going into the March Madness, the tournament is going to be in Delaware this year, independent site. So a lot more attention and well-deserved attention to the women's basketball tournament for the A-10. I think our ladies are poised perfectly for the March run and for hopefully some NCAA berth.
And I wanted to move over to the gridiron. No, we're not close to football season, but some still positive news out of Fordham's program there. Starting off with the Senior Bowl next week, Nick Zakel will be in Mobile, Alabama for that really whole event. What does that say to the program to have Nick Zakel playing against national champions, whether it be Georgia, Alabama, and their talent?
Really excited for Nick, obviously, to play in the Reese's Senior Bowl national platform. I was actually watching last night. Our alum Mike Yam is working for the NFL Network, and he's covering the game and talking about our alum on national TV. And it just, again, kudos to Coach Conlon and the program he's building here to have a young man at the highest level of the Senior Bowl, an opportunity to get showcased and hopefully drafted to the NFL. Well deserved, well honored, and I think it also is a lot of excitement as we head into next season. Coach Conlon last 2 weekends has had a bunch of recruits on campus. He's very, very excited about his recruiting class that he's put together. The COVID year, as you know, has helped us with a lot of our players coming back, our seniors coming back for next year. So I think we're sitting in a wonderful position for next season, and we're super excited by that. And just a football relevant update for you, Andrew. We actually this morning were in the process of launching and marketing our first NFT. So we're excited. Fordham Athletics is in the NFT business. A wonderful partnership along with our other Jesuit schools throughout the nation. And we're going to be launching, I think appropriately, a Vince Lombardi Fordham NFT that'll probably launch during Super Bowl weekend in the next couple of weeks. So we're excited by that, but another football tie-in as we prepare for Super Bowl and nation's favorite holiday.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely is a fun, little event here, and obviously a fun time for football as well. And sticking with football, Fordham just hired new defensive coordinator Mark Powell. What do you think he can do? He was with Austin Peay last year. That was a 12th ranked defense in total defense in the FCS. So what do you think he could bring to this defense as this team continues to try to climb up that Patriot League mountain?
Yeah, I think there's a wonderful reputation. We're excited to have Coach on board. I know Coach Conlon takes a lot of pride in his old school football mentality, defense first and smash mouth football. And I know the defensive side of the ball is important to him. Had a bunch of good candidates. We're super excited to add Coach on board. And I think, I think defense is the foundation of all teams. We've had great success, obviously, in terms of the offensive side of the ball. I think it's a good acquisition. I know Coach has a good little strategy and some adjustments that he found from last year that he'd like to implement for this upcoming season.
Definitely should be a lot to look forward to next fall on the gridiron. But I wanted to ask you, what are you looking forward to most as we embark here on this spring semester here at Fordham? Yeah,
as we head into February, I think we've gotten some stability on the COVID struggles, at least the COVID struggles of late. Knock on wood somewhere. Maybe some Rose Hill Gymnasium wood will give us some luck, but hopefully we're headed towards some brighter days in February, getting through the latest variant of the pandemic. Looking forward to get some fans back in this gymnasium, get some events going back. But I know it's exciting that last week all classes have begun. All of our student athletes are back on campus in a healthy fashion, in a healthy way. So I'm really excited for some spring normacy, some good spring weather here, hopefully earlier than later this month, but excited to be around our student athletes again, excited to get all of our teams back competing, practicing, and looking forward to an exciting spring semester.
It definitely should be a lot of fun. Before I let you go, I wanted to ask one question about going into this upcoming weekend. What's ahead for the Fordham Rams, and also what's the hardware that they brought in over the past few weeks as well?
Yeah, so obviously we have a few events coming up, so I want to give obviously kudos out to our swim and diving group. They'll be celebrating here shortly their senior day. Obviously their season kind of starts quickly in that early January, but the best to our swim and divers have had a great season. For them, it really is personal and passionate for them with their season unfortunately canceled last year to COVID. So those men and women, those seniors, a special acknowledgement. They deserve it. To their families, their parents, their loved ones. COVID hit them even harder than all of us. So excited they're able to get through their season. Looking forward to celebrate their senior day. Great success for track and field earlier this week at the Ramapo event. Kyla Hill, Catherine Kelly finished first in their meets. Been a really good season for indoor season for men and women. Excited for them. And then even again, back to swim and dive for a moment. Sweeping at Iona on Wednesday. Great success there. And we talked about obviously Darius Quisenberry in terms of the A10 Player of the Week. We know, of course, combination of Anna DeWolf and Downey have done it multiple times for women's side. So we've been very, very lucky in terms of some accolades and success. Look forward to more of that here in the spring.
No, definitely, for sure. Thanks as always, Ed.
My pleasure. And again, all of our alums out there, you've been patiently waiting to get back to campus. We appreciate your patience. We look forward to seeing you. And I know there's also a lot of buzz out there. Well, next week or two, we'll have a name of a new president here at Fordham University, and it's going to be a lay president, Andrew. First time ever. So a lot of excitement and buzz on who the next leader of our institution will be, and that's exciting, of course, for all of our alums, all of our parents, all of our student athletes, and all of us here in athletics. And then a little bit of a shout out here to Mizzen in Maine, outfitting us here in this interview process. We're so thankful for all of our corporate partners, all of our sponsors. Every dollar, all of our donors, every dollar helps us. And we're trying to build here. We got a lot of special things going on. Super excited about the rest of the semester.
Fordham Director of Athletics, Ed Cole. Thank you again, Ed.
My pleasure, Andrew. Always great being with you.